Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome back to Airport CEO, and welcome back for one last time to Belfast International Airport. Betwixt this episode and the last, I decided to come down to the bottom of our large international terminal, and I've just added a couple of little things. Number one, we now have a dedicated aircraft stand for Zoom Airlines because I figured I didn't want to just build another generic lounge. And so with that, we have a Zoom lounge in here, which I figured, it just kind of works for the space. We've done lounges a few times. We've done dedicated stands. It just seemed like a good idea. Moving down and around, we have a little staff room here. We have the biggest bathroom in the terminal right here. And we have another shop right here, which is just selling food. Nothing too crazy, nothing too fancy about it. Cafe Aristocratic is the name of the place, which arguably I could probably change the floor and make it look a little bit more interesting, but it looks fine. It is doing just fine, and the airport itself is doing better than fine, because we are making anywhere from $800,000 to $1.1 million every single day. Yesterday, we did $990,000 in profits. Today, we have $340,000. We're just doing really well. The daily average over the last 12 days, which now that I think about it, I've always wondered why they do 12 days and not 14, but regardless, is currently $885,000. So we are doing very, very well on the finance front. And as things are looking today, we have 153 flights that are coming and going from the airport. The only problem is I would imagine that a few of those airlines are not going to be very happy with me because they can't land because their stand is still occupied by a previous flight. So what I'd like to do before we go ahead and start working on the whole helicopter terminal thing, because we are going to be doing that, I want to take a look at my terminals and I want to make sure that we have enough employees. So the big terminal here could use more janitors. Let's immediately start sorting that out because that's going to make my life a little bit easier. We're going to go for anyone in the yellow. I'm not really going to get anybody from the red there. And then if we just go ahead and assign those janitors to the terminal, that's hopefully going to clean things up just a little bit. Moving over to the medium terminal. We do seem to be doing fine, although I wonder if I was to throw some more ramp, we need janitors here as well. I wonder if I was to throw some more ramp agents at just everything, is that going to make my life a little bit easier? So if I throw more ramp agents in here, we'll go up to 70. We'll do another janitor here as well. And then over this way, we are doing okay. Let's go up to, we'll try and get 50 ramp agents in this terminal. My hope is that that just gives us more people that can go onto the aircraft stand to help unload baggage or do whatever needs to be done. Although we probably need to get ourselves some staff rooms that are relatively close by, I would imagine, so that people can actually get out to the stands. I don't know if that's a thing we've done too much of in any of these terminals, but I might need to look into potentially getting some staff rooms. And then I do want to look over here again just to remind myself of what we're dealing with. We are currently short on medium pushback trucks. Interesting. Okay. That's all right. We can deal with that. I'm pretty sure we should have some medium pushback trucks for this terminal, but you know what? I'm going to buy 2 of them and that'll be totally fine. They'll be here in 30 minutes, which is really no time at all. We can sit around and wait for these things to get here, and that should help with our medium flights just a little bit. That should help to get them out of here is going to be the goal. So we'll get those assigned, and hopefully that's going to be all of those issues sorted out. I'm not too sure what we can do about all these delays because for the most part, we have stands that are still occupied by previous flights. What I would imagine is at least partially happening is situations like we just saw there. We have planes coming in, blocking the previous aircraft from sort of pushing back and getting out. Like right down here, this guy didn't push back until those 2 were gone. So I have to imagine that's probably part of the problem. And that's kind of why we have the setup that we do for the large stand over here, because they can push back to a different part of the taxiway to get out. I Don't really see that being something we can do over here without some serious renovations to this terminal, and I don't know that I want to do that. What I would like to do is go in here and I want to turn off all of these general aviation stands, which I can't do because they have assigned aircraft. So dismiss all the aircraft. And then actually, you know what? I don't even need to turn these off. I can just go into operations and I can just turn off general aviation. And the reason I want to do that is because I want to make sure that my planes can leave nice and quickly. We have a lot of tailbacks down here, which are another thing that probably gets factored into, or it is another thing that gets factored into delays, I would imagine. So having no general aviation is going to be, what is that, like 10 less planes taxiing around the place? A little bit less money, but hopefully speeds things up a little bit. I would like the airlines to love me a little bit. I really need the validation from the airlines. I would really, really appreciate it. I would love to have more Crown Airlines flights coming in here, because as it stands, hold on a minute. There are two that I could, hold on a minute. I can do this myself. I'm going to put this guy right up here, and that'll be great. That's going to give us more flights, which is what we're looking for. So we'll assign that. And then if we go into Friday, we can assign this one to be like 20 past midnight, and that'll be great. So that's 3 scheduled for tomorrow, which is perfectly fine by me. And I guess that works. That gives us more people that are going to want to go into this lounge. We have plenty of Zoom flights coming and going, so people will want to use this lounge. And I suppose that kind of puts us in a spot where we should probably talk a little bit about the helicopter stand or terminal, because I have made some changes to this top part of all of the terminals. I put more parking lots in here because I figured I might as well. And I've just generally been thinking that, well, for one, these should probably be long stay parking lots just over here, because that probably makes a little bit more sense for a terminal of this size and for planes that are going international. But I was thinking between episodes that I might build a small helicopter stand in this area. And then I'll be honest, I trialed it. I built something that I was kind of thinking was kind of cool, and it just wasn't all that interesting because I did just use the small helicopter stands, and there's not that many people that want to get on a small helicopter. So that brings us over here. And so this is where I want to build just one big helicopter terminal, and it's going to be great. So we'll go down to surface level. We're going to take out all of this fence because I'm going to be building in here. And basically, we're just going to build something. We're just like every other episode, we're going to build something. And I would kind of like to build this from back to front. So we're going to start with the stands. And I'm going to say we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of these guys, because I'm pretty sure, oh, I could get so many helicopters in here. I could get so many helicopters in here. We might go for a lot more than this. We might go for like 10 of these guys. And then I want a space in the middle here that's going to be, oh, how big do I want this to be? That's the real question. I don't need that much space. I'm kind of thinking this is big enough because I'm going to put helicopters on the other side of this. So we're going to do 6 by whatever this happens to be. So right up to there. We do need to leave a gap of 2. So let's do a 7 by 7 right here. And we'll do a 7 by 7 right here. And then this just sort of runs in there. I don't appreciate the shape that I've built. I'm going to be, I don't, you know what? It happens. It's fine. Yeah, let's put some of these guys over here. So these guys are twice the size of the small stands, so we can get 5 large helicopters coming in here, which is going to give us 15 helicopters, which honestly is probably more than enough. We probably don't need to go too much further than that. So what we'll do is go through and get ourselves some service road to connect this all together. We want some service roads that go down this way as well. And then my thinking, oh, how do I want to do this? We don't need a lot of space for helicopters. That's sort of the thing. We really don't. But we do need We need baggage handling. We need baggage claim. We need a lot of stuff in that regard. So before I even start putting furniture in here, let's go underground. Fortunately, we have these 7x7 spaces, which are big enough for baggage handling. And then I guess we want to go in. We want to get ourselves some service road tunnels down. And then I could put one right here. And I could put one right here. And that gives us access to this little underground facility, which is great. We can knock out these walls at the front of these guys. And that's going to be room for 2 baggage bays. We don't need 2 baggage bays. But my thinking is that by having 2 baggage bays, it gives me room in the middle right here for baggage security, which I think is great. And it also gives me room to figure out how staff get down here, which I think is great as well. So what we'll do is bring some service roads up to, let's say here, and up to about here. We can bring a little something across between them when the game's done auto-saving, and our little roads will go down like this. So this will give us room for people to kind of loop around the top part of the terminal and loop around the bottom part of the terminal, where we can maybe do, I don't know, some vehicle garage things down here, maybe some fuel depots, because this is going to use avgas. So we'll figure it out, is what we're going to do. But this is probably big enough for the concourse. This is probably big enough for check-in and security as well, because again, we're really not going to need that much. But I want to make this place nice. I do. I want this place to be nice to be in, right? It's supposed to be kind of luxurious. It's helicopters. I don't know about you, but helicopters, they feel fancy, if a bit terrifying. I'll be honest. I'm actually terrified. I've never been in a helicopter in my life. I never want to be in a helicopter. They seem genuinely frightening. Anyway, I think what we can do here is get ourselves 2 regular check-in desks. Not that we need them, but I just kind of want them. I kind of like that they're here. I like that that's an option. I think on either side of these guys, we can do some self check-in stuff. So I think the way that can work is we'll do a little wall right here. We'll do a little wall right here. I'm going to do some gaps so that we can have like a staff room back here. And I think that'll be, it doesn't need to be huge, admittedly. We never need huge staff rooms for the things that I do here. So we'll just do something like this. These can be some doors that loop around. This also lets us sort of contain the conveyor belts. And then I guess when it comes to self check-in, if we go to our desks and we go to check-in, we want to get some bag drop, which I guess could go, do I just want to do it on the sides here? That might honestly be a little bit easier. Just a little something like this and a little something like this. And then we can do the actual, what do you call it? The self check-in kiosk things. We can just do 4 of them. Because again, we're really probably not going to have that many people going through here. So I think we can get away with a little something like this. And I think what we can do is maybe, oh, do I want to extend, do I want to extend this wall a little bit? I'm not against it. I'm definitely, I mean, we need to sort of enclose this a little bit. So let's do this and just see how it goes. This is basically going to be our bag drop sort of self check-in corner. And then over on this side, it's the same thing. So this kind of needs to be extended, or we do a plant. And I'm kind of thinking plant. I'm thinking if we're going to make this place fancy, we want to do some plants in here because that's going to be nice. We can do some medium double doors here and here. And then we'll do our conveyor belts down in here on either side. That seems fine. That is everything we need for check-in. So then when it comes to security, where do I want to do that? Because I think the way we'll do this is put security on one side and then put the exit on the other. But I want it to be as symmetrical as possible because I think it's going to look better. So let's do a little wall right here and a little wall right here. And that'll be fine. I'm not sure how I'm going to make this symmetrical because the pathway to security is one thing and then the exit to baggage claim is another. I hadn't really thought about that. I'm going to be honest. So let's just play around with, let's play around with some walls. We'll have like this corridor that comes down and then this can be like a security room, I guess, is what we're going to be doing. So that's all right. We'll bring this down to here. Wait, how is this going to work? Are they going to like filter through here and then, yeah, they're going to filter through here and then down and around. That's what I'm going to be going for. And that actually kind of works because that's going to give me space here for a door, which is great. And then over on this side, that gives me space for a security exit. Oh, that actually works. Ooh, I might be onto something here. This is good. The only problem that I see is that I'm going to have to sort of bring some walls down like this, because this is going to be a little staff room, and this is where the elevator into the lower space is going to be. So there's going to be an elevator basically right in the middle of the building. So right here, and obviously right here. That is how my staff are going to get down to baggage security. And I guess I can put some staff rooms down there as well. I don't think that's the end of the world. And then essentially we'll do a nice big double door here, nice big double door here, nice big double door here and here. And we can do a bunch of little medium doors around a few different spots as well. So we'll get them into all of those little gaps. This will be our security exit. This will be baggage claim. And then we can do, I guess, a regular door just here. So you can go out, or you can like cut through here and back into the check-in space, which means all of this can go away. We don't need any of it, which is probably for the best, because I'm trying to really save on space here. And I'm also trying to avoid this. I mean, that looks less sus than it did, right? That looks, man, it's really compact. I like it. I like this. I think it's cool. I don't know if security is going to fit in here. I hadn't really thought about that, but we're going to see. Really, you know, I really hadn't thought about how security is going to fit in here. We probably only need small security desks though. So if we do this and we do this, and then this is sort of going to like loop down and around because this is now our secure area, that should be fine. How many little security desks can I get in here? So I want 1, 2, 3. I guess we could do this actually. So that gives us room for like some hedges in there. And that seems okay actually. Oh wait, no, it doesn't. Hold on a minute. We have a problem because there's supposed to be a wall in there. Does this go in the middle? Or can I just do, I can just do that. We'll have a hedge in the middle. That'll be totally fine. We can do a wall right here, which is also totally fine. That gives me room for some queues, and it lets me put some hedges right in there for a bit of decorating, and that seems fine. So again, we're still mostly symmetrical. Obviously, the way this sort of loops around is a little different now. Do I want to make this room smaller? I kind of do. I think I want to make this a little smaller. So we're kind of keeping the symmetry with this entire thing. We don't need to, but I think it's going to look better if I do. Okay, so we've run into a bit of a problem. I was going to set up 2 baggage claim areas over here because we're going to be doing 2 separate baggage bays, which is why I got rid of this wall that I put in here. But what's ended up happening is, well, basically I can't bring the baggage up to these guys because that happens to be where the baggage bays are. So I need to move them is what I need to do, which is annoying because I built a whole mess of stuff under here that now needs to go away, but I basically don't have a choice. It all needs to go away. So all of this gets demolished, which is totally fine. The baggage bays themselves also just need to go, as well as the entire section of terminal building right there. And then the baggage bays need to be moved all the way down to the bottom here. So what we'll do is create a 7x7 space here and a 7x7 space here that I realize is also going to have a particular look to it. And you know what? I just, it's fine. It's totally fine. It's what it is. Yeah, we're not going to worry about it. We're not going to worry about it. Let's just get this all set up as a secure zone because that is what it needs to be. And also a staff zone, and we can put some walls or doors in there, and it should tidy everything up a little bit. It should get all of these different zones to just be one zone once I put the doors in there. So that connects over. This is actually a different size. Hold on. Have I measured this one wrong? Is it yeah, it's a little bit too, one is slightly bigger than the other. Oh no. Oh man. You know what? It's fine. If you know, you know. It's fine. Oh man, I try to be professional. I try to maintain like a relatively family-friendly vibe with the channel, but sometimes. Okay, it's fine. Let me go and bulldoze all of this, and let me bulldoze you, and that'll be fine. I need to bulldoze that door because it's not needed anymore, so those can go away, and we can put the walls back in there, and that'll be great. We are missing some conveyors down from up this way. I'm still trying to hold it together. I don't know if you can hear it in my voice, but I'm fighting for my life here, is what I'm doing. So let's just put those bits of wall in there. That'll be fine. We can bring some roads down here, which is also totally fine. We'll go ahead and just extend our service roads. All right, so everything has been sorted out. These new baggage bays are connected to everything they need to be connected to. I can go ahead and open these two baggage claim areas, which is also perfect. These guys have all been connected to everything they need to be connected to. All I need to do now is go in and get some doors and some boarding desks, and technically this whole space can be up and running. Although I would like to come up with something that's going to be kind of a nice design for this place. We do want bathrooms in here because we're also, I mean, we're not going to be doing shops, we're not doing lounges, so we might as well just try and make it as pleasant as it can reasonably be. That's kind of why we have this space here, because that's kind of where I want to put everything. I want space on either side of this this terminal. I want to be able to do some people movers in here as well. I think that's going to be a great idea. So hopefully that is all something we can achieve with this. So I think what we'll do is immediately start by building a bathroom in here. Doesn't need to be huge. 8x8 is totally fine. That's probably bigger than it needs to be for the number of people that'll be in here. But that is completely. Can you shift click in this game? No, you can't. I was wondering. I've never tried to shift click to build rooms. Maybe I have, but just for some reason I just got this like feeling of like, can you shift click to I mean, no, you can't. But that's another feature. If they ever did a sequel, if it's pretty much what this entire series is turned into. Is if they ever do a sequel, this would be cool. Which is true, I think. We'll leave some tiles in there and we'll open this up so that it is running. We'll also go and do our orange carpet under here. We also need a security exit now that I think about it. So let's very quickly get ourselves one of those because it fits right here perfectly, which is why I wanted to do this kind of measurement. And then I guess what we'll also do is do this dark sort of marble underneath anything security related. So this room here, in fact, all of this space is going to be the same dark marble. I think that's pretty cool looking. We'll do it up to about here, and we'll do it up to about here as well. And I want to say that's fine. I think maybe up to there is good too. I might play around with it a little bit over here and just do like a sort of design down through the middle so it's a little different looking. I think that's kind of cool. I think that's kind of interesting. And then we're probably going to play around with materials in here as well. And you know what? While we're here, let's get all of this sorted out in terms of materials as well. We might as well make this place look nice. Like I said, it's kind of supposed to be fancy, so that's what we're going for. Now, just thinking about it, since we're dealing with helicopters, we're really not dealing with that many people. So I think we can get away with just one self-boarding gate per aircraft stand right here. And I think that's going to really lean into, I don't want to say like I'm going for a minimalist thing, because I'm really not going for minimalist. That's not the goal, and I wouldn't really know how to do that. But I'm trying to get away with as little clutter in here as I possibly can. That's sort of what I'm looking for. So I want to connect all of these guys. Oh, this is going to take forever. I want to connect all of these guys out to their stands so that I can just use this space in the middle for chairs and bathrooms and maybe a shop. I really don't think we're gonna do a shop in here. I know I said earlier we weren't gonna do a shop, but I'm just thinking about things to fill the space. We could technically do some dedicated stands for different helicopter airlines, I guess, if we wanted to. They do exist. There's only a handful of them, so it might be kind of fun to do like a dedicated stand and maybe a lounge, even though I really don't think a lounge is going to get all that much love in here, because again, there's not that many people going through. This building is probably way too big for the number of people that are going to go through here, but honestly, that's fine. It is not the end of the world. You need to be assigned to a terminal, I believe, so we're going to keep things paused until I do that, because this is going to need to be its own terminal area. In fact, let's just do that now, because it's going to make my life just that little bit easier. So all of this is going to be our terminal area all the way up to the road, because we are going to be doing some parking and some public transport. We can bring this over, and that is totally fine. Everything should be covered more or less. Make sure this is covered as well. So that puts everything in a terminal area. These guys can be turned on, since I think that's probably for the best. There's no staff to work at them right now, but that's okay. That does make everything functional as well, which is beautiful news. So let's figure out what we're doing on the front of this entire thing. So I think sidewalks are sort of a given. I think that's definitely a must. I think we can go all the way up to the road there. And I think we can go all the way up to the road there. And then in the middle, which is this part, we can just do some parking lots, I guess. I'm kind of thinking just some parking lots right there will be totally fine. We can do some bus stops on the other side, or we could do bus stops on the main road. I don't know if people are going to be using buses to get here. I'm not really too concerned about all that many public transport connections for this thing, because I really don't think we're going to need them. But yeah, let's just keep it simple is what we're going to do. We're going to do a little road connection right there. I do want subway connections, because I think those are going to be really useful. And we'll go for, I want to say here. Actually, no, that's a little bit too front and center. Let's do a subway connection right back here and a subway connection right back here. That should be totally fine. We will do some sidewalk stuff in here, just with a little bit of a design or something, so it's kind of fancy looking. Connect up the subways and maybe just sort of bring this around. I don't know if I hate that. I don't know if I love it. I think it'll do. We'll kind of connect these over as well. So we just have a bit of green in here, you know? It's a bit weird looking, but it works. And that's sort of all I need it to do. These guys can be connected together as well. This can be brought straight over, and that gives us room for some pedestrian crossings right there and there. Not really super worried about people crossing over here. I don't think it's going to be needed. I probably should have considered bringing these parking lots down, but that looks fine to me. I can do some trees in those spaces, and that'll be all right. Let's just, I guess, start figuring out what we're doing for all of this. I was about to say we can start hiring people, but I kind of want to do this first. I think that's more important. Now, something I have done in the check-in space is use some couches rather than the usual chairs. So I kind of want to do that down here as well. I'm thinking I kind of just want to go in here and do this sort of thing where we have the couches right in here, and I can do some hedges behind them to sort of enclose the space a little bit. I think that kind of works. And I think what I'm going to do is just duplicate this a couple of times over down to about there. That's probably way more than we need already, but I think it's going to be fine. And then we can have room for some people movers in here as well, which is really important to me. So let's try and use this as like an example sort of for what the rest of this place is going to look like. Because you don't need to see the entire build process, but I would like to kind of, I'd like to work out what I'm doing in here and sort of explain it, and hopefully you can kind of pick up what I'm putting down. So when it comes to these things, they are sort of conveniently exactly the size I would want them to be, which is great. So I'm going to go here, and I'm going to go here. So you can kind of use these to get in and out of this terminal, and then you have the chairs in the middle. Now, admittedly, you have to go around this people mover to get to this stand. That's okay. That is by no means the end of the world. What I'd now like to do is maybe look at a lounge. I think we'll do that. I think we'll get a little lounge in here. It doesn't need to be huge, but just something that's maybe 8 by, I don't know, 8 by 18. I don't really know what size it should be. Maybe it should be from one stand to the next. Is 8 by, oh no, 8 by 28 is way too big. Let's keep it small. Let's do 8 by 16. And again, we can sort of stick with the fancy on this. We can have the nice sort of big round table thing right there. We don't have a lot of space at the bottom of this, so I'm not too sure if the airlines are going to love it, but it gives us a little something something. It's nothing. It's really, really not all that fancy. We really don't have much space in here at all, actually. I really hadn't thought about this in the slightest, to be honest with you. I really didn't, but that's a lounge. You can go in there, you can get some grub, and away you go, do your thing. I don't know what airline's going in there, but we can I even assign a helicopter to this? Is that a thing? I have no idea. Oh no, we totally can. Blade lift and helijet. Okay. Who is providing me with some flights? Anybody? No. Okay, well, that's fine. The medium helicopter stands are there. So helijet is you. They have got some mediums. So let's do helijet. Let's give helijet their own stand, which can be this one. So this will be given to, where are they? Helijet's right there. This will be a helijet lounge. And I don't know what color their logo is. So I guess we're gonna have to figure that out so we can figure out what the design of this place is gonna be. We also have so many logos to play with here. Helijet is this one. It looks like white and red or something like that. It's kind of hard to tell. We'll put the logo right there. It's like a white and orange, which is totally fine. I can work with that. Let's put it here as well. It's really off center and annoying me actually. So let's not do that. We'll do here and we'll do, I don't know if this is going to go central. We'll do that for the logo. So that's the helijet stand. That's completely fine. This is their lounge. So let's get a nice sort of orange color for this. It looks to be a little bit more red than that and a little bit more saturated. That looks pretty good. I think we can work with that. And then what I want to do is just copy and paste the seating down below the lounge. And we're kind of just going to do this over and over and over again. I don't know that we need multiple lounges in here. I don't know that it would hurt. So I think, honestly, just to fill the space, I think I will just copy and paste a bit of a lounge in here. We'll do maybe a generic sort of Belfast International lounge in one of these. We can do another. We're going to do a few. Maybe one of these turns into a shop. Maybe one of them turns into a bathroom. I don't really know. We have a lot of space to play with in here, so we might as well. So that'll be fine. I can genuinely get another one. Okay. In that case, sure. We're just going to do this. It fills up the space, man. That's all I really care about is filling the space. So let me bulldoze you and get rid of the helijet logo. Let me do the same thing in here. Let me do the same thing in here. And then that is the helijet thing. So that's fine. So what we want to do is go to airline lounges, and can I drag this through all of this? It cannot cross different zones. Oh, how I hate that. How I hate that. Shops. You also can't cross different zones. Can I put you in here at least? Yes. Can I put a lounge in here? I totally can. Okay, that works. It's, yeah, that's fine. We'll do a lounge there. I would like to see if I can do a little shop in here. And then I feel like this should be split into like a staff room and a bathroom is my thinking for this one. So let's take out everything on this. Let's take out the windows because those probably aren't needed on staff rooms nor bathrooms. So I suppose what we can do is give Blade Lift, which is the other helicopter company, their own stand as well. I don't really see any issue with that. It looks like they're going to have sort of a white and green thing going on, which I can deal with. So moving over here, we want to do a little something there. We want to get our nice sort of entrance-y thing, and we want to get that sort of greenish color right there, which is kind of the goal. This needs a buffet table. Okay, we can do that in a second. Let me get the color first, because it's sort of that. It's basically that. That's basically what we're going for. That's as close as we're gonna get. So we'll go in, we'll get ourselves the buffet table. It's gonna live right down. I could put it against the window. We'll put it right there. That'll be okay. And this can open up, which is fine. This is open as well. And then this one down here, we're just gonna make it a generic whatever lounge for anybody. That's kind of, oh wait, no, this isn't even a lounge. Oh yes, this is gonna be a shop. Never mind. That's even better. Okay, so little shop. Not really too sure. Not too sure what I can put in here. I definitely think we want to play around with probably pedestals, I think, to get as much use out of this space as we're going to be able to. I think that's going to be important. So let me get this. Do I hear a... Oh, there's a plane. It's a Concorde taxiing. No wonder it's loud. All right, so unfortunately, we can't get anything in here. There's no shops that are interested in going into that terminal. So I'm wondering, could I maybe be so bold as to get rid of these guys? Just, oh wait, that's a food place though. That's not what I want. What size do you guys want out of here? 73 meters squared. That's fly go. Let's cancel that contract. Is there anybody else that I can put into that space? There is not. Interesting. That slightly complicates things, is what that does. That is less than ideal. But now that I think about it, I might be kind of able to be cheeky here, because if I was to go and delete this room and then replace it, now that I've gotten rid of that one wall, I mean, I'm going to have to go in and sort of redo the security side of this. But if I now do this, which is going to have to get rid of that bit of wall down there as well. I'm going to have to get rid of the hedge as well. We have a lot of things to get rid of here to make this work, but that's fine. Bulldoze this, go back to zones, make sure this covers that entire space, which it does. Go to shop and have it cover that entire space. Can I now? Yeah, we can get power in here now, which is, that feels like cheating, but you know what? It's fine. We can now surround this with walls again, and that'll hopefully keep that one company happy. And it means that the 1-star shop that was here will hopefully eventually be available to, I guess, go into the other place. I'm also going to give these guys some more shelves across the back there, because I think that makes sense. I think that looks fine. That'll be all right. So that's that problem sorted out. Moving back over to our helicopters now. Can I get myself a little something down here? Now, with the contract canceled, I'm imagining I'm going to have to wait to get a new one, but that's okay. This bathroom can be up and running, which is great. We have these lounges. We have this bathroom. We have all of this seating in here. I think the last two things I want to do is go and get a bunch of windows between all of the small stands and also the medium ones as well. And then I want to go in and basically put a whole bunch of flooring underneath all of these chairs. I think the nice wood flooring underneath this entire thing will look pretty good. And then we'll go in with the sort of tan marble flooring for the rest of this. And I think that's about going to complete the look that I have in mind for this space. Although maybe up here we can do a little something like this. And I think that'll be all right. It would be, this is another situation where I'm just thinking it would be really nice if I could like shift click to fill in a blank space. I know I keep going on about things that aren't in the game, but it just, I don't know. It'd be nice. It'd be really nice if I could just like shift click to fill in everything that hasn't been done. Look, I've been playing a lot of Hotel Architect lately, and it has that same idea. You can like shift click to fill in a space. It's really nice. It's really useful. It makes decorating that little bit faster, and I really appreciate it, okay? I've been slightly spoiled by Hotel Architect when it comes to just decorating. I guess being an architect. Now, we do have a slight problem here. We have people arriving to get on a helicopter, and we don't have any staff right now. So let me go ahead and start looking for a bunch of ramp agents. That's going to be priority number 1. Priority number 2 will be passenger service agents, because we do need those as well, especially for the check-in desks. We will be needing janitors, so we'll hire a few of those and reject the rest of them. We will be needing security. Not that much, but just still a decent little bit of security. Service technicians as well. Let's make sure we have a few of those. And I want to say that's about all we need in terms of staff for now. Although in saying that, we're probably going to need more than what I've got, but this is going to be a start so that this place can get up and running at the very least. We also need vehicles. So if we go in here to purchase, we want to get ourselves none of those. We want to get baggage trucks. Now we have 15 stands for this place. Do I want 15 baggage trucks? I don't think we're ever going to need 15, so I'm going to get 10. I think that'll be all right. I'd be very surprised if there's ever 15 helicopters on the ground. I'm going to get a few, I'm going to say 5 Maverick fuel trucks as well. And then what we'll do is go underground, and we need somewhere for all of those vehicles to park. So we'll get ourselves a vehicle depot. It is going to live there, I guess. And we'll do another one just there so that we have 2 of them. That I think is in the terminal, which is fine. So if we go back and turn on the terminal view, we should see these numbers start to fill up a little bit as we have vehicles get delivered, which is great. That's kind of what we're looking for. So we have our baggage trucks arriving now, which is beautiful. Oh, and there we go. We have our first helicopter landing, which is absolutely wonderful to see. We have our lounge up and going here as well. We have people coming through, which is great. They're getting through security. We have a lot of janitors. We have a lot of janitors in here, but you know what? That's all right. Everybody, well, some people at the very least are using the people movers, which I love to see as well. Very happy about this. I'm very, very happy about this. I do think it's going to take a while for all of the vehicles to get over here. I think that, for example, might be one of our, actually, I don't know if that is one of the new baggage trucks. I really have no idea. It's going to take a minute for any baggage to get on these helicopters, but that's okay. Let's go ahead and make sure we have a few more security officers. Let's get a few more ramp agents. We'll go for anybody that's in the yellow on these guys. We shouldn't need anything else though. So if we go and have a look in here, we will need more security. We do need more ramp agents. We do need Jet A1. Oh, the big helicopters use Jet A1, don't they? Okay, that's totally fine. Let's get 2 of those. That should be more than enough for the bigger helicopters, and that should give us pretty much everything we're looking for this place. At least I'm relatively sure it's going to give us just about everything we're looking for this place once the, when do they get here? 29 minutes. Okay. Well, less than that, but you know, they'll be here in a second, basically, is what we're doing. 5 minutes. Let's get them added right now, and that should solve that problem. And I think that's about everything we needed for this. I mean, yes, I do still want to put a shop in here, which I can do. We can get Flygo in there. There we go. Oh, that's so good. I don't think that shop's going to be at all popular. I don't for 1 second think anybody is really going to do much shopping in here. But we do have a decent little group of people, so it's possible. It is definitely possible. Let's make sure we have some trash cans in here, and I kind of want to do some vending machines. We haven't done anything with vending machines in a little while, so let's get some of the old vending machines in here. We want to do, let's see, which one was the food one? Oh, which one was the food one? This is small vending machine 3. It doesn't tell me which is which. Oh no. That's the food one. That one, the dark green one. Okay, that's fine. So it's going to be yellow. That's not yellow. That's yellow. And then the drinks one is going to be red, but I kind of want a slightly darker red because it's a certain brand of cherry cola whose namesake is a physician, practices medicine. I'm not saying the name. I really like this specific brand. I'm just not saying their name because they're not paying me to. All right. Not that they need me to advertise. I just, it's a good practice to get into. If you're ever starting a YouTube channel, don't do anything for free. Seriously, don't do anything. Just don't. Like your time and effort is, you deserve to get paid for what you do. What have I just done? What did I just, oh, templates. Why have I never played with the templates before? My point being about the YouTube thing, you deserve to get paid for your time and effort. Don't, especially if companies are like, oh, we'll give you if you promote our product for free, we'll give you like 2 cents off of every purchase that someone makes using your affiliate link. You're just advertising their stuff for free. Affiliate links are a scam. Don't even get me started on affiliate links. They're an absolute scam. If you set up your own affiliate link, that's different. But affiliate links in general are just a total, it only benefits the company. Absolutely zero benefit to you. It often doesn't even give like a percentage off for your fans or whatever. Just don't do it. And just to be clear, because apparently this is something I'm talking about in this episode for some reason, I'm not saying sponsorships are fine. If you're actually paid to do something, that's a different story. But I'm specifically talking about the whole like promote our thing for free and we'll give you money if someone like buys it. That's just no. It doesn't work like that. All right, it's never worth it. Anyway, this place is it's looking pretty good. I like this a lot. I am curious to see how we're doing in flights. We have a few scheduled. It would be nice to have more scheduled. We have helijet right here. Let me turn off the auto planner and just start bringing in some helicopters. We'll go from like 4 and then we'll do like 430, which I can't do. That's not what I'm looking for. This is what I'm looking for. Why can't I? Is this a medium helicopter? It is a medium helicopter. That's why. All right. Let's do a medium helicopter at like 4. It's an international helicopter. Oh my God. Okay. That's not helpful. That's also, okay. Technically, yes, international, but you don't have to. All right. We're not going to get into that. Absolutely not. Let me see. I don't remember what the other helicopter airline was called. You guys have nothing for me either. Okay. You know what? That's fine. We have 164 flights scheduled for today, which is amazing in and of itself. So I want to say this place is going really well. We're doing really well with this airport, and I'm very happy with where we've gotten to with it. And I suppose that brings us to a bit of a conclusion. We have people coming and going on helicopters. We've got subway connections. We've got parking. We've got baggage claim. We have everything we could need from a helicopter terminal. It's functional, if a little bit underpopulated. There's not that many helicopters arriving here or departing here right now, but there will be. We have a larger helicopter arriving later with 20 people. It's got 33 going out. We have a helicopter about to take off with 2 people on board. We have this one arriving with 2 people on board. So it's not going to be a busy terminal unless we can somehow, some way get some medium flights, some medium helicopters into the terminal itself, which I don't know about you, but I'm not really having a lot of luck getting anything to cooperate in terms of airline satisfaction lately. And I'm really not interested in doing any international helicopter connections. But that one that I just placed did bring us up to 170 out of a possible 350 flights today, which is not bad. Not going to complain about it. We've got a little helicopter coming in here, which I absolutely love. There's the 2 people getting off the helicopter as well. No idea if it does have baggage. Okay, that's good. So bags will get loaded on there. They'll head out. They'll do their thing. I like this a lot. I do. I mean, admittedly, apparently we don't have enough staff for security, which is all right. We can fix that. I might as well. Let's get ourselves some more security officers for this new terminal. We'll bring you, and that should be all right. We'll get another ramp agent or 2 just to make sure that everything is getting loaded and unloaded nice and quickly as well. So load up some more security, load up more ramp agents. That is probably going to be enough now. And I think that is probably going to do us for Airport CEO. I will say that I would like to detail sort of these concourses on either side of the medium stand. I don't love that that's unfinished, but this stand is busy enough. I mean, it's successful. I think the best way to wrap things up is with the final little terminal build. I don't think there should be like one more episode just to build another lounge. We've built enough lounges. We've done that. We've done it several times over. We've got some shops. We're good. I think I think we're in a good place. Even if the airlines don't like me, we're in a good place. We're making a ton of money. We've got a bunch of flights coming in today, which I'm very happy about and very excited about. So with that said and done, thank you so much for watching, everybody. This has been an absolute pleasure as always. And as always, I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.